Hello, my darling, and welcome to today's symptom video. We're talking at symptom number 5, which is all about impaired judgment. If you want a copy of this track and checklist, I'll put it in the link below. Now, you might come after me and go, hey, excuse me a minute, Grosvenor, impaired judgment, I'll have you know, no thank you. In perimenopause. And what I mean by impaired judgment, I don't mean you're suddenly non-compos mentis or you're suddenly irresponsible and can't look after yourself. What I actually mean, we're talking more about just making decisions is suddenly harder than it used to be. Okay. And if you're finding this, you're not imagining it. Now, it's mental sharpness and that kind of inner clarity that used to be so easy, but it's also that second guessing of yourself. So if you mix second guessing yourself and mental clarity, and it's part of your brain that's actually responsible for judgment, focus, and decision making that has changed during this time of your life. So we're talking, as I said, about symptom number 5, which is impaired judgment. So I'm going to explain to you why this has happened, how you can support yourself, and just give you some practical tools and knowledge around this. So here's what it might look like. All right, in real terms. So you might be struggling to make decisions that used to feel a lot easier. You might be overthinking things that you normally resolved in minutes. You might be feeling like your instincts they're either gone missing completely or they're just not as sharp as they used to be. Self-doubt and just not trusting that your gut is firing. Am I doing the right thing? Does this feel right? And the mental fatigue after even making small choices might be overwhelming. All of that together can feel extremely disorientating. And if you're a woman that's normally really sharp, organized, and dependable, I don't know about you, but I kind of felt like that was a bit of an identity crisis for me. So let me break it down to you and explain to you why this happens, because I promise you, it's not you. And it's not that suddenly you've had somebody else's brain imposed on you or a different personality. The first thing is the hormonal impact on the prefrontal cortex. Prefrontal cortex is literally the front bit of your brain, and it's responsible for higher order thinking, including planning, prioritizing, decision making, and assessing consequences. It's heavily influenced by estrogen, which supports blood flow and communication between neurons. As estrogen fluctuates and eventually declined, the prefrontal cortex doesn't function as efficiently, and it leads to delays in processing and hesitation in decision making. We also have reduced dopamine and serotonin activity. Estrogen also helps regulate the production and uptake of dopamine and serotonin. And these two neurotransmitters are deeply involved in motivation, confidence, and executive function. Lower dopamine means decision fatigue. Lower serotonin means increased anxiety and self-doubt. We also have hippocampus disruption. I talked about this when we were talking about some of the earlier symptoms. Hippocampus is responsible for memory and learning, and it can shrink slightly in perimenopause and menopause due to the hormonal changes. And this can affect your ability to recall relevant information quickly, which is essential for good decision making. You also may have, this sounds lovely, doesn't it? You also may have elevated cortisol, which is your stress hormone. And when cortisol is chronically elevated, which is often the case during this phase of life, the prefrontal cortex is suppressed even further. You're more reactive, more anxious, and that affects your ability to weigh up options clearly. So it's not that you've lost your decision-making ability, it's that your brain is working with a completely different neurochemical landscape. So what can you do? Because we're not going to just leave it there and go, and that's all, folks, have a nice life, right? No, there is support and strategies that you can do. So let's talk about what helps. Well, you can support your brain functionally and nutritionally for a start. One of the supplements that I created was called Peri Clarity. This has got lion's mane in, and lion's mane has been shown to promote the growth of new nerve cells, neurogenesis, especially in the hippocampus. It's brilliant for focus, recall, and yes, clear judgment. I paired it with acerola cherry, and vitamin C paired with lion's mane is beautiful for the brain. And I put some black pepper in and some alfalfa as well make it absorb better. Okay, great, great, great supplement for the brain. Okay, also vitamin B complex that supports the nervous system, helps convert food into energy for the brain, and protects against neural fatigue. So periclinic vitamin B complex. Magnesium complex is another one. This regulates the stress response and supports balanced neurotransmitters. It helps you to stay calm and clear-headed under pressure. Omega-3, another one, not 6 and 9, omega-3 specifically for perimenopausal women. 6 and 9 can be inflammatory in perimenopause. So omega-3 and good quality omega-3, or vegan omega if you don't take animal produce, supports cognitive flexibility, processing speed, and overall brain health. So those are 4 amazing supplements that I really, really would recommend. Also, what else can you do? You can help rebuild cognitive confidence. So write decisions down, even simple ones, okay, to create structure for yourself. That's number 1. Number 2, give yourself time to pause and assess things. Don't be in such a hurry, okay? Genuinely, give yourself time. Don't let anybody push you for decisions. Okay, give yourself more space, give yourself more oxygen, more air around decisions. All right. Also, limit the number of decisions that you need to make in a day where possible. I know this sounds bizarre, maybe. I eat the same breakfast every day. Okay, some of you might be sitting there thinking that's just weird. Well, why do I eat it every day? Because it's a great balance for me. It's got antioxidants in there. It's got no added sugar in there. It's got gut probiotics in there. It's got prebiotics in there. And it's a great breakfast that keeps me full, balances my blood sugar, gives me a huge dose of anti-inflammatories. Brilliant. Okay, I eat it every day. One decision out the way. Seriously. I usually plan what I'm wearing either for the week or what I'm wearing at least for the day before, the next day, the day before, because then I'm not going to make a decision. Okay, I don't want to rush decisions. I don't want to think about things straight away. I set my diary on a Sunday night. Okay, Sunday night I plan when I'm calm and I'm chilled. I plan my diary for the week ahead. Okay, because I want to. So I meal plan on a Sunday night. Okay, I plan my diary on a Sunday night when I'm chilled. I don't want to be making decisions throughout the days. If I can help it, give myself time to breathe when I've got space and I'm not thinking of other things. Limit the amount of decisions you can wherever possible. Okay. Notice patterns as well. Are you more clear-headed at certain times of the day or after certain routines? Okay. I do my yoga in the mornings because when I do my yoga in the mornings, my brain is like so beautiful. Okay, I don't have my coffee until I've done my yoga. I have my coffee an hour and a half after I've started my day because cortisol is going to keep you going anyway for an hour and a half. I have 1 cup of coffee a day. That's an hour and a half after I've woken up. It's always after my yoga. So wake up, water, get some sunlight into my eyes, yoga, and then I have coffee once I start my working day, not before. Okay, notice patterns. When are you clear-headed? By 3 o'clock, I don't want to be making decisions again. Okay, find out where your patterns are. Then my brain wakes up in the evening, but that's an ADHD thing. Okay, notice where your patterns are. Start writing them down. Know where you can make decisions. How does your brain work? This is a you thing. Dehydrated brains, even worse. Brains love fat. Omegas, they love them. Okay, brains also need to be hydrated with water. All right. Another idea, prioritize your nervous system regulation, breath work, journaling, brain dumping, walking, silence. When your nervous system is calm, your brain performs better. Full stop. Okay? When you're jangled, and you know what I mean by jangled, your brain just does this. All right? So create space for some peace somehow. I know it's tough. I know it's hard. I've got 3 kids. I mean, they're not young anymore. But I always find a pocket of space in your day just to unwind. I call it an 8-minute reset. Find an 8-minute reset somewhere. Okay? I have a program called Uncomplicate the Code, and we work deeply on this. It's not just about managing symptoms, it's about resetting your mindset and cognitive patterns so you can trust yourself again. Decision making becomes clearer when you rebuild that internal leadership. If you want to chat with me, by the way, about coaching and programs, there's a link below to book a discovery call. It's just www.bookacallwithkate.com. It's really important if you trust. It sounds bizarre when you're talking about your brain almost in the third person, but your brain does need to trust you. It does need to learn to trust you, that you're going to do what you say you're going to do, and that it doesn't need to almost sabotage you to keep you safe. Because when it thinks that you're kind of chaotic, it keeps you in very, very simplistic and almost sabotages you to keep you in the same mundane patterns. Because if it kind of sabotages you and keeps you doing the things that you've always done and doesn't let you kind of experiment or try things that are new, then you'll always stay safe. It's a long explanation, but this is sometimes why you think, why can't I stick to my fill in the missing blank, new exercise routine, my new nutritional routine? And it's because your brain doesn't trust you sometimes. But yeah, let's have a talk if you'd love to learn how to build new kind of leadership, internal leadership. This symptom is a toughie because it makes you feel unsure of yourself. But the truth is, you are still the same intelligent, capable woman. Your brain is just asking for a different type of support right now. And you're doing the right thing by learning to give it what it needs and how to give it what it needs. You've got this, okay? I will see you soon, hopefully, for symptom number 6. Take care and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.